Hello and welcome to Humify podcast. I'm so happy that you could join us today. I have someone very special here. Miss
Oh, come on.
Beatriz Canguçu.
You are more than me,
I
boss.
know. Miss Bia is a partner here at Humify. She's also the chief operating officer. And I'm so happy to be able to have this time with you, Bia.
The same. I'm excited for today.
Yeah.
A little bit nervous as well.
No, it's gonna
Okay.
be good. I'm so excited to talk about this topic because we've gone through a lot together.
Yes.
We've,
Many years
we've,
now.
I mean, ups and downs of business, and I'm really excited to get started talking about this first topic,
Yes.
about leadership, specifically in the areas of getting started with your company. You know, when you're getting started as a company owner, there's so many nuances, so many different things that take place. And many times you make a lot of errors in the beginning of your business can be completely detrimental to your team, to yourself, and potentially to the future of your company. So today we're going to be talking about the do's
And don'ts.
of leadership.
Only free because that's the time that we have for today.
So we have there we go. There it is right there. We have a woman who's always keeping us on the right path. As the visionary here, sometimes we kind of float in the clouds. We're going to be talking about those do's and don'ts. So we'll probably break this up into two episodes. So let's just go ahead and get started with the first do's. When you're first
What
getting
is your first do, Ryan Adams?
That's good. Well, the first do when you're getting started with leadership in the beginning stages of your company is you have to have conviction. You know, conviction is the pulse of the company.
Yes.
Without conviction, it's sometimes very easy to get started because there's a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. You're feeling good. You're excited about,
Fresh
how life is, fresh
ideas.
ideas, and you're always in the area of innovation. But without conviction, you can't set yourself up for the future.
So good.
And when things get hard and moments get hard, it gets hard.
Yes.
We've been there, right?
Yes, many times.
Many times. If you don't have conviction, it's not going to hold you.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so I would say the first thing that I've learned about business and leadership is you have to have conviction because that not only motivates yourself to keep going, but it really motivates others, right? To
Yes,
keep
that's
going.
amazing.
What
So
are your
good.
thoughts about that?
Yes, regarding conviction, right?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think conviction help you to stay like on the track
Yeah.
because, as you said, from the high and lows that you're gonna pass through, you need something that you're gonna say, okay, that's the goal, that's the place that I'm heading to. So I have this conviction. I know that the next targets or the things that I have to achieve. So let's keep moving forward.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, and for, as you said, the moments, the most vulnerable or fragile moments that you're gonna pass through in your leadership, leading your team, make the good decisions, the tough decisions. What is gonna help you to stay still? It is your conviction at the end of the day.
Yeah, conviction will not just get you started, it will keep you moving, it will sustain you. It is the anchor when the storms are
Yes,
raging.
anchor, so
It is
good.
the sail when the wind is blowing and the sun is out there and everything's beautiful. I mean, we've been going through this through the past few years. You know, we're a new business, a new company, and we've had those times where I just had that moment the other day where I was like, am I really doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Is this really the right way to go? Am I really gonna be able to do this? And it's interesting because it was that conviction that really just helped me get up and fight another
Yes.
day.
And another thing that you highlighted is conviction also inspire others around you because people gonna see that you're carrying your leadership with such level of conviction. They're gonna be carried away from the same like not just motivation,
Yeah.
but like they're gonna feel inspired to initiate something for you so they can carry on their own convictions as well.
I mean, hands down. So I believe that. What about you, Bia? What you're a
Yeah.
woman, you're more of an analytical thinker. I'm more of like, I think that's why you gave me the first one.
Always welcome on the clouds. Yes,
Walking the
yes.
cloud. We can go with the conviction, the motivation.
The
But what about you,
vision.
Bia, with being chief operation
Yeah.
officer and being a partner within this company? What is a very important thing that you think is for new businesses getting started in regards to leadership?
Yes, for me, like something that you have to do, it is to do things with consistency. Carry on everything that you do in your business, your company, to lead your conviction with consistency.
So good.
because consistency gonna help to prove yourself first. Because there are days that you're gonna want to do things, and there are other days that you don't want to. You don't have the feeling, because you have to. Things start to get some friction, and you start to see that maybe the plans that you have planned out for your vision is a little harder than you thought. It's gonna demand more time investment that you thought it. And then you have to have this consistency with a routine, with like the next steps for your plans, with the processes, and even to have one thing that we learned and when you do a lot in our L10s meetings with the company and with our internal team, it is like, okay, how can I understand the things that I need to change, to improve, to enhance? First, you have to have I believe, three pillars in place, three main pillars or fundamentals in place. Okay, do I know where I'm heading to? Do I have a process in place to establish that? Okay, how often I'm doing this? How much time it's gonna require for me? And based on this, I'm gonna collect the necessary data to evaluate things, and then to see, okay, and don't be consistent. It's not leading me to the results that I need. So let's change, let's pivot.
Yeah, and I think I'm so grateful to have you in my life as someone who's like a real integrator. You're a numbers woman. You know, you look at the data, you analyze the data, and you're able to make decisions off that data. And for me, it's been such a, for me personally, it's been such a like eye opener of how important consistency is. And you've really helped me a lot in that area. And I would actually encourage anybody that is out there today, and maybe you're walking by yourself. And I was talking with someone on a different podcast about this. Like, you've got to find someone who is a little. Her and I are very similar in some things, but we're also different. We're different in a few things.
Different.
Yeah, we're completely polar opposite. But you have to find those people that are going to help keep things like at bay, are going to help be the person that's going to, okay, look at the numbers, look at the data, and not necessarily be so emotionally driven. And so one thing that I've learned as a business owner, and now as a, you know, in partnership with you, is just the power of consistency. And I think consistency requires, again, like she said, data. It requires evaluation. But that consistency, what I would say, is the very thing. It's like that. It's like the pacemaker, right?
Yes.
It's the thing that, like,
so good.
It helps. It's almost like the compass in a sense. I would say it's like the compass within a boat, or the wheel of the boat, and it really helps you go in the right direction. But you have to be very, I would say, proactive in being consistent. I'm not always the most proactive person.
And another thing that consistency brings to you as in your leadership over your company, your team, into your business, it is resilience. Because being consistent, like, maybe you're gonna have to be able to suffer some hits, and you're gonna have to be consistent and pass through that hits. And that like level of consistency gonna help you to build up a new level of resistance and maturity, that you won't gonna make the same mistakes that you made in the past, but you're gonna keep your goals, your focus, and evaluating things, analyzing things. And you can just have that and even keep up with your company's organization, your own leadership level organization, if you have a consistency rhythm for the things that you set up ahead of you, for the company and for the team and for the business.
Yeah, rhythm is so vital. And I think that's something that B and I, we've really tried to do, right? Like, really, really tried, right? Every Thursday we come together for almost 2 hours,
Yes,
sometimes two and a
2.5
half hours.
hours.
And we put on the screen. I won't show you the actual screen, but like, we'll come here in our office, we'll have a big screen here, and we'll put up on there on ClickUp, like all of our, not just the tasks, but we have them broken up into different departments.
The sections, the
different
departments.
sections. And it's really interesting. I think it's really a really cool thing that we do, but it's not just so much the software, but it's the practice.
Yes.
Coming together, we pray before we get started. We talk a little bit about personal things, and then like we go right to the war room. We go into the war room and go look straight at the things that we're going, and we go through it. And it's not always the easiest thing, but consistency will always, it will always win every time.
We help you to continue with the pace.
Yeah, every single time. Well, before we finish, we're always going to give you 3 today. All right, we're going to give you 3 do's, and then in our next session, we're going to talk about the don'ts.
So good.
That's also
okay.
I don't know if I
So,
want to talk about the don'ts.
yeah, I mean, it's
And I-
necessary though.
Do you hear that? Necessary. She's always talking, Ryan, it's necessary. Her, it's necessary.
It is a part of the job. So,
It's part of the job. It is. Well, give us the third one, and we'll kind of both talk about it for this last one that we're talking about. So,
okay, that's one is something that defines us. And we heard a lot between, I believe, like CEOs, COOs, or visionaries, integrators. Be flexible, but with accountability. Yeah.
be
So
flexible.
talk about flexibility.
How many times I'm like, be it, just be flexible. Like, be it. Come on, just be flexible. And then
Our
she's-
visionary is gonna say
and
that.
then
Be
you- And
flexible.
then you would say, what would you say in return to that? And then she would go on the other side. What is it? Flexibility and
Accountability.
So like, well, are we being held accountable to this? Like,
Yes,
always.
exactly.
So I'll talk about flexibility. It's really important that you are flexible in the beginning stages of your company. But we'll talk about the don'ts because I think that's also, I'll save that for the next session. But I've seen firsthand being too flexible can actually really, really hurt the momentum of your company. Too much flexibility.
Yeah.
So, but in the beginning stages, if you're not flexible enough, what happens is you sometimes sweat over small things and you become
Yes.
so like gridlocked or so like pigeonholed or so focused on that detail that you're not able to expand your influence or expand your leadership. You're not able to like potentially move into new, innovative ideas and innovative solutions. So you have to have a percentage of flexibility. It's important because that helps you to understand that sometimes things are going to change. Like sometimes things just won't work in the beginning. And so you're trying to figure it out. But you can't be in figuring it out mode forever, right?
Yes.
And that was something that we suffered a lot with. I think
Yes.
I really think honestly it was just insecurity. Maybe insecurity on my part that maybe it wasn't good enough, that maybe it wouldn't be good enough for people. So that was a very like insecure thing that I would go through as a person. But you would help me through that. You were a real help in this area. Like, no, we have a good product, we have a good thing.
Yes.
Because that's where the
Yes,
accountability came, right?
exactly.
And so, but in the beginning stages, flexibility is so important because you have to understand things will change.
And for me and for us, are like, we have seen that's also something, flexibility is important to make strong relationships, even more with customers, because sometimes you delivered what was agreed on and you have done everything right, but there is something, according to the customer, the other side of the bridge perspective, a different angle than yours. And that's the moment that you have to evaluate yourself or say, okay, let's see for your angle. Let's put myself in your shoes. Let's be flexible. I'm not saying that like if you want to have a successful partnerships and growing any level of relationship with others, it is good if you carry this level of flexibility because you say, okay, and though we agreed on this, what are the things that I can make you more like happier?
That's so good.
And I think that's a big challenge. And even I, at the beginning of my early years of the entrepreneur journey, I remember that sometimes I was so like, no, Ryan, we delivered. That's it, and that like that's the price. That was the points. That was the deliverable. That's it. Like there is nothing wrong. And so many times you came to me and say, no, Bia, let's hear them out. Let's see the point of view. What maybe there was an alignment between expectations and communication. So let's review things.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I'm still the one, nowadays I'm the one that raised the flag, the customer is right. So let's do something, let's change, let's be more flexible.
Come on, girl.
And although we have showed up our accountability, okay, let's be flexible and understand what are the points.
Yeah, it's so good. And I mean, look, in the beginning stages of any company, you have to really, I think forever, the customer is so important. But even at that times, like I sometimes, again, you can become unbalanced really easily, right? Where it's only about the customer and then you end up breaking your internal processes
Exactly.
and
And team.
systems and team and they burn out and that doesn't work. And then the other side where it's like, hey, like, why are we doing this for the customer? So it's this like dance, it's this balance.
50-50.
50-50. She is always saying, Ryan, 50-50. And it's something that is so true of what we have to do in business. And I think if we can just learn to be flexible and we can hold each other accountable. Before we go, like we're finished with our time here, but I really want to just ask you, like, what are some practical things that people could do to become more accountable to each other or to hold each other accountable? What are some things that we have done here in this company
Yes.
that maybe people could adopt here or in their own company?
Yes, I'm probably going to combine the free do's that we are sharing in this episode. Pretty much every day, fix your eyes on your conviction, keep a consistency with your goals.
Yeah.
Because I think that's how you can balance things out.
Yeah.
Okay, in my head, I'm getting closer to the goals.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm getting closer to the goals and the previous days was harder, okay, I can give me some break today or some space. I can be flexible today with a few things.
Yeah.
No, we are not getting closer to the goals. Okay, what are the things that by the analysis with the consistency, is not leading us to the results. So we need to be accountable. Maybe we need to go to an extra mile today. So have hold yourself accountable and say, okay, you're the one, you're the main one carrying the vision, the conviction of your company. And if you're the one, your example says more than many words.
Yeah.
So if we as leader, we need to show that to our team. Okay, we understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And then though, because of my level of leadership, I could give me some break right now, but I choose to be here because I know that we are on this together and we have a mission, a vision to accomplish.
Yeah.
Let's continue, keep up with the mission. And I think that's something that every day is a challenge for any level of leadership because even more for CEOs, your guys' agendas are packed up every day.
Yeah.
So you need always to have your priority list,
Yeah.
something that I teach all over across all the roles, across our departments in the company. You have to have a priority list. You cannot just be driven by the demands. And list out a priority list according to your goals. And goals come from conviction, the things that you want to achieve.
That's so good. That's so good. If you want more information about how to do these things, we actually follow a book called Traction. We'll actually
Yes,
leave
that's
the link
good.
here below so you can click on that link. We have an affiliate program, so help us out.
Yes.
Every time someone buys one of those books that we suggest, we get a little bit of percentage. So help us out. It's awesome. We'd love it. But we'll definitely leave the link there for you. Check it out. It's an incredible book. We definitely suggest that you apply this to your team, even if you don't have a large team. Plan, because we were just talking about this the other day, that how our company is structured, we are ready for the big money, the big fish. We're ready
Growth,
for it.
yes.
We're ready for that big growth. But it all started with the importance of these 3 principles that we just
Yeah,
talked about.
having
today.
structure first.
Having the structure. So please check out that book. Also, check out our website, humify.io. If you are a company that's wanting to partner with us, we're always looking to partner up with other companies. We love what other agencies are doing, and we want to support you, want to support your company, want to come up behind you and help you in any way that we can. Feel free to reach out. Click on, we'll also put the link to schedule a discovery call. You can talk directly with me. I would love to have a conversation with you and see how we can serve you here at Humify. Well, do you have any other last words before we go?
No, that's it for today.
I was expecting. I'm going to very objective. Let's get this party started. Let's go ahead and go back to her. You ready?
Yep, let's roll.
Let's go. Guys, have an incredible day, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.